on, I gotta delete some keys here. Cruise terminal office key? Yeah, we can delete that.
Alright, I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys.
Yep.
My happiness is coming soon, Adam. And
Sniper rifles. Yeah. Emma's going to bed in a few minutes, so I will be silent, but I'll still play.
okay. Time is it over there?
9:15. We're 2 hours ahead of you.
I was thinking about you though. Just last night, Christmas. I was watching Ferris Bueller.
Oh, yeah, good show. No, I literally that. Do you know where the parade is? The parade scene? That's literally right where I live. I'm two or three blocks east of that.
Nice. Where he sings Dr. Shay and.
Like
yep. Yeah.
And then the Art Institute is literally across the street. We have a membership to that, so we can go. We go pretty often, like once or twice a week. Let's go for a few minutes. I bought our nanny membership to the Art Institute as well, so she can take Holly, because, gets them out of the house, and I like that Holly can see some art.
Now, question, Cameron, where he lives with the Porsche?
Yes, that house is real, and it was recently sold.
What part of Chicago is that at? Because it looks really nice in that area.
I want to say it's River Forest, but I could be wrong. That house actually sat empty for a long time because the design of the house, especially back then, made it impossible to heat. And so in the winter, it was not. It was basically a 3-season house. And they recently sold it. I don't remember when, but we finally have enough technology that's good enough to insulate a place like that, because glass didn't used to be as good of an insulator it is now. So I think they replaced all the glass in that house to make it a 4-season house.
Where Ferris Bueller lives, what part of the town is that?
One of the north side, the north side of Chicago is the old money, really rich people.
Okay, yeah. The car that Cameron drives, I think that's a Peugeot, which is a French car.
Yes.
Which is yeah. Okay. Now my grandpa used to have 3 of them. The guy that's his name's Myron. Okay, he gave me. This is his crazy story. Okay, so Myron was my grandpa's friend that he found randomly, and that's how he got he got into these cars. My grandpa started collecting Peugeots. Myron had 4 or 5 of them, probably 10 in his whole life. He collected them too. Myron's from Chicago, Illinois. So he would come during the winter time. He would come to California. So Myron, old guy, one of the most best people I ever met. He owned a house in Downey, where I grew up at, and then he owned a mobile home park in Bell Gardens. So so I was homeless for about 6 months, or maybe 4 or 5 months, and I was homeless, and I finally couldn't. There was nowhere else I could go, so I started showing up to my grandpa's house over here at Placentia, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna ask my friend if he could rent you one of his rooms at his house because he doesn't live there. It's just an empty house. Sure enough, the guy said yes. Well, the guy had cancer at this time, so the guy was dying already. So the guy got really close to me. He was giving me his property in Chicago. He was going to give me his property in Downey. He was giving me 1941 Cadillac. He was giving my grandpa a 1976, 79 Dodge Dart. He was giving me a Peugeot in Illinois. That he wanted me to go back with him to Chicago and then, or to Illinois and come back and drive it back home. He was good in the process of getting that into writing, which I think one day he came to pick me up to do it, to go to Long Beach to get everything done. But I lagged it, so I didn't know. He just told me he was going to give me those cars, and then when he passed, he got bit by a spider, and then he died. That's when my house kept getting broken into. People my house got broken into. I went to work. No. I went to my cousin's house or to work. And when I came back, all the cars were stolen. The house was ransacked. They stole everything from inside my house. I mean, they stole the 2 cars. They stole 3 cars. A Peugeot that was in the backyard, and they stole the Cadillac and everything. So I lost everything because I didn't get anything in writing. But yeah, so it's just a small world. I would be probably living in Illinois right now. I think Rockford or something. I think.
Oh yeah, no. My family my mom was born in Rockford, I think.
Yeah, his name is Myron. I don't know his last name. A really cool guy, old like my grandpa. My grandpa's 84 now. So, but yeah, I already knew as a Canada that guy was driving a Peugeot. I didn't know for like.
I have a Peugeot bicycle actually.
Pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But I lost everything, man, too. But I ended up living in that house rent free for about 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I could do, the only thing was I couldn't put the water in my name. They shut off the water after like maybe a year living there, 2 years living there. They put a lock on it or some type of thing on it, and my friend came over, and he got to tighten it. He got to loosen it just the right amount, just to let water in, and I had water for free for like 3-4 years. But
I've always lived in an apartment or a condo, so I've never had to pay for water. Is it expensive? Well, I imagine out there it's probably pretty expensive, right?
It gets expensive, yeah, man. Water can get expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was one of the best people I've met, man. He was cool, dude. He had no kids. He had no family. His wife died at a very young age, and
That's rough.
yeah, man.
My mom was telling me about my grandma's friend. She had a kid who died of cancer at 10. And, like, now that I have a kid, man, that really... Like, before I had a kid, yeah, it was sad, but now that I have a kid, it's like, ooh, that hits hard.
Oh, bro. I put it this way, my daughter left yesterday for Christmas, and I was, not sobbing, but I was like, inside I was just like, not hurt, but I was like sad,
Yeah. You didn't go with him?
I never go to him.
Oh, you were sick. You were sick. Yeah.
But not just that, bro. I don't go to any more. I don't go to family events. I'm just like blocked off from society, man. I just don't.
You going to sleep? Okay. No more talking for me. I will keep the space bar silent. Ish. I try, but I'm not perfect.
Hey, like I suggested a while back, you could always build a PVC framed tent for your computer area.
Yeah, I think my goal for 2025, especially now that we have Holly, as I've said, I'm kid-proofing a lot of stuff, but I'm also trying to compartmentalize my hobbies and make them, like, organized.
Organized?
part of that is I'm gonna try and build like an office area that's decent.
That's soundproofed? Wink, wink.
We'll see. All right,
We'll see.
going silent.
Oh no, Adam went dark. No. Okay. It's alright. Alright, so 4 and 2 drops.